Hello everyone. Welcome back to Cosmic Fox ASMR. It's been a while, to say the least, but I am coming back with a fresh new mindset and some, I guess, real life achievement hunting aspirations. So, I'm not really big into the New Year's resolution kind of thing. And even on the screen here, I know it says yearly goals. This was like let me start over. So, I'm currently on Notion. And I'm going to explain to you what I'm doing on Notion. This yearly goal section is a default template on Notion. And funny enough, let's see, I started Notion in 2021. And these these goals currently showing were actually added in, I believe, sometime in early 2023, which really gave me a chuckle because, there's certain things on here where it's like, wow, I've actually been actively wanting to do those things for quite a while. But again, as I was saying previously, I'm not really big into New Year's resolution stuff. None of that new year, new me. If that is you, totally fine. I can get a bit cynical, I guess, so I'm very much, it needs to be realistic. If you've been looking into like New Year's resolutions or New Year goal setting, I bet you have seen some videos where it said don't set goals, or don't make goals, make systems, something like that. Kind of agree. I don't really like the term for that. I like the thought of making routines, and that's where a lot of my goals will be focused around, I guess. So what I'm going to do here, I want to create a sort of like a bullet journal, habit tracker, Notion dashboard. Notion is very daunting to me, and you'll see right here, like, I kind of did some stuff with it, but it got really overwhelming. Just on this page, I'm going to just write out what I want my 2025 goals to be. So my thinking was, and I mean, I might change my mind on this, but I wasn't sure how many quote unquote goals to set. So I was thinking 20 like big goals and 25 small goals. And what I mean by big and small is the big ones, might require a lot more to achieve. Like, for example, reading a book, quite a small goal, whereas climbing Mount Everest, that'd be a pretty big goal. I don't have that on my list, but yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write out the total of 45 goals, and then I'm going to break into the 20 and 25 goals. So to start off, I would really like to do, let's see, see here, so I'm going to do a numbered list to start out with, so I can get up to the 45. So number 1, a spa day. I have been telling myself to have a spa day on and off the whole of 2024. 2024 was, quite frankly, a terrible year for me. And I really should have taken more time to do some R&R care, and I didn't. I did go to therapy, but I really should have done a bit more work on getting my peace back after so much stress within the year. But hopefully this is something I will make sure to do in 2025. While I write these out, there probably will be like bunched up similar goals, but I really needed to fill up this list. So let's continue. Sorry, I'm going off tangent. I don't have a script or anything, so it's a bit of a rambly ASMR chatty video, this one. So, number 2. Make a tres leches cake. Tres leches cake is my favorite type of cake. It's like number 1. Just above red velvet cake. I'm not a baker though. I suck at baking. But I really miss tres leches cake. So the only way to get it in the UK is if I make it myself. And so that's what I'm going to do. Along with that, I want to make lobster bisque from scratch. I've had canned lobster bisque, and it's not great, but it's one of those where there's just certain foods that I really miss from back home in California. And these are 2 things where it's either impossible to get or not great to when you do find it. So yeah, those things I'm gonna do myself. For number 4, I put have a fave things day. This kind of goes back into the like I really didn't give enough. I didn't take back enough peace for myself in 2024. So I really want to ensure that I have a better mental health throughout the year. And why not have a day where I just do my favorite things? In my head, I'm thinking like going to, I don't know, get pancakes for breakfast, doing some window shopping or actual shopping, maybe, and I'm not sure. My brain can't think of anything at the minute, but I'm sure once, I get this going, I'll have more of an idea of what my fave things are. But, like going swimming or something, things that are just my favorite to do that I don't do often enough. At number 5, start a new book series. I love reading and I do try new books, but I didn't do that enough this year. I did reread some books that I love, but again, I think that was just a comfort thing that I fell back on. So I really want to actively find a new series to dive into. Number 6, fully complete at least 3 video games. Don't know if there's anyone else out there like me who has an incredibly long list of games in their Steam library and have barely played anything or finished anything. I'm currently trying to finish Final Fantasy VII Remake. I was taking my time, to be honest, because it took so long for there to be an announcement that the sequel or second part of Final Fantasy VII to be released on PC. But now it has been. It's coming out end of January, so I'm really trying my hardest to finish the game. I'm on chapter 17 out of 18, so I think I'm gonna complete that. But when I say fully complete, I'm also going to integrate achievements in this, so I'm gonna be trying to get all the achievements in these 3 video games. So I mean, I've got tons of like little indie games that I could knock out in, a couple hours, so I don't really want to add those in that. I want to fully complete. If I'm playing a game, I'm doing everything. I'm becoming a completionist for 3 video games only, though. For number 7, organize my YouTube music playlist. Yeah, it is so messy. I just add any song into my liked playlist, and when I go to play, it's just so random, which most of the time it's fine, but I've also got like lo-fi ASMR, like quote unquote music in that playlist as well, and so it's really jarring when you're listening to, well, in my case, like heavy metal music, and then an ASMR video comes on where they're whispering. So yeah, I need to organize. That's actually a big theme of my list as well, is just organizing, decluttering, and completing things that I have been putting off. Number 8, now kind of like similar to some of these. Number 8 is going to be make a live 2D avatar. I really like the thought of VTubing, especially because I think I would actually be more consistent with my videos due to my lack of time, because I do work a full-time job and I manage a team at my job. So sometimes there's just not enough time in the week to fully give to doing like what do you call it, like flesh tubing. It's such a silly word, but like live front facing videos. So I think if I could come home, have a live 2D character of myself, or even like make live 2D characters that for role-playing videos, I think that would just be so fun. And I have dabbled in animating, so this would be quite a fun challenge for me to do, hopefully successfully. Number 9, do a 30-day drawing challenge. Self-explanatory. I really want to get back into drawing. I used to do it all the time, and just I don't know, I think like for the past couple years I've been really unmotivated and demotivated to do a lot of things that I used to enjoy. So I really want to take that back and just have those things back in control. Along with that, I'm also giving myself a learn or maybe actively learn Spanish for 30 days. And I'm also going to add actively learn Japanese for 30 days. Yeah, with those, I've tried to learn these languages, and I know some words. I know more Spanish than Japanese, but yeah, I still am at no level to have a conversation or be able to, like, even have like one sentence. Maybe I can order Spanish. I can order in Spanish, like Mexican food. But apart from that, I'm not confident in it. So I'm giving myself that challenge to see if I can improve in any of those languages. For number 12, I'm going to be adding create a D&D character. Yeah, actually a character sheet. I love seeing D&D character sheets. I think they are so fun, so cute, and it actually ties into the next goal, which is do a solo D&D campaign. I've done D&D very little. When I used to stream on Twitch, I had some friends on there that invited me to join a D&D campaign, and I was so excited because it's one of those things where it's like, if you're into it but you don't really know anyone or have friends that are into it, it's just difficult. But unfortunately, I had some qualms with the people doing the D&D campaign. Let's just say there was some favoritism going on, and it just made the actual playing of it unenjoyable. So it's been years, like at least 4 or 5 years now. So yeah, I recently seen a video of somebody saying how to do a solo D&D campaign, and didn't really know that was something that was possible. If you are interested, here are the ones that I watched on YouTube that might be helpful to you, because they were helpful for me, if you're interested in that as well. Number 14. Did I miss something? Alright, number 14. Not a very fun one, but a necessary one. Go to the dentist. I've been paying for dentist insurance for like 2 years with the thought of, I need to go. I went once to an emergency one, and they were very unhelpful. Yeah, that's a whole other conversation, but dentistry scares me. I'm a big baby. I won't like fight anyone, but the pain, I'm scared of the pain. I can endure pain, but it still terrifies me. Mouth pain is the worst. So I need to go. I've got this insurance for a reason, so I really need to utilize it. Number 15, do an unassisted pull-up. So with this, there are, some of these goals, they might seem like a bit daunting, but my plan for some of these is they're going to be things that I'm actively doing either daily weekly or monthly working on. So the do an assisted pull-up kind of falls in line with the fact that I'm trying to be more consistent with the gym. I've been going to the gym for 3 months now, and I have been pretty consistent with it, going 3 times a week, except for, right now, which is currently it's the 31st of December, and that like holiday period is just, time doesn't exist, and neither does the gym, so I do not go very much. But I'm hoping to build up my strength to finally be able to do a pull-up on my own. It was a goal of mine. I think I was trying to strength train to do this in 2022. Didn't manage it. So I want to put that back on, because now that I'm back in the gym, I'm hoping I can actually do it. I can do it now. Number 16 is go to a concert. I really miss going to gigs. I haven't really been to any since I've lived in the UK. So I want 2025 to be the year that I go see some live music. I think it would be really fun. 17, go to a convention. I'm not specifying what kind of convention, if it's a gaming convention, anime convention, anything like that. It's been a long time since I've been to one of those too. I think my first year living here, it was the last time that I went to a convention, and that was 8 years ago, 7 years ago, can't remember now, a while though. So I'm hoping that this convention is going to be the oh gosh, I forgot what the actual convention's called, but it's like a Japanese themed convention that's held in London every year. So it's a mixture of like Japanese food, Japanese music, anime, Japanese traditions. They also, have like sake tasting, or how to do things in a traditional way. I've never been, so I'm not sure what else there is, but it just seems so enticing, and I really want to go. So hopefully this number 17 will be for that one. Number 18, this is where it kind of gets into like the minute details of what I want to achieve this year. So number 18, declutter makeup collection. I don't know why I still have so much. Well, I do. I spent so much money on some of this stuff, I don't want to throw it away. But I really need to cut ties with it and just be realistic. So putting a deadline on myself for that. Number 19 is go somewhere new, in parentheses, putting local, and number 20 is going to be the same, go somewhere new, but far away. I really want to do some more traveling, because I did not get to do much of that this year, which was a bit unfortunate, because I finally got my UK driving license this year. So one of the first trips that I did was to the beach, had a blast, was a solo trip, drove there myself, enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm hoping I can do something similar again, and I wanted to have the option of it being local or far away. Number 21, this, renew passport. I really, really, really need to renew my passport, but it's a bit daunting and costs money, and I was just a bit overwhelmed, and I knew I wasn't going to be traveling anywhere in 2024, so I really put it off, but it's due to expire, I think, in June, May or June of 2025, so I really want to renew it. Even if I don't get to travel across seas in 2025, at least I have that ready to go for when I can't afford it. Number 2022, some more minute ones. Declutter living room. 2023, declutter kitchen. Number 24, declutter bathroom. And number 25, declutter bedrooms. Things that you don't realize is when you live in one place for a long time, numerous years, crap builds up. And I've come to find that it's kind of like that hoarding level, but not so extreme like what you would see on shows. But it's definitely like, why do I have so much stuff when I don't use it or need it? But because the task itself is so daunting, and really every room needs that TLC, I've been putting it off. I've done little bits here and there, but it's definitely not enough. And I think decluttering the house will also just declutter my mind. I don't know about you, but when I'm in a dirty room, it really stresses me out. I can't ignore it, but I get debilitating, like overwhelming feelings when I look at chaos like that as a whole. So these decluttering things, especially these big tasks, they're going to be broken down into smaller tasks on my habit tracker. So, I might do 15 minutes of decluttering in this room, in that room, hopefully build up to maybe 30 minutes of decluttering in each room, and then everything will be decluttered, and it won't be this all needs to be done all at once and become overwhelming. So actively trying to do better in a way that is better for me to actually achieve. Number 26. The spare bedroom used to be my home office, but we've got doggies now. I've got 2 doggies. I've got a puppy, and I've got a rescue dog that we got after the puppy. Probably should have waited. It was a little chaotic having a teething, needing potty trained puppy with a 4-year-old dog that rarely got to go outside, is quite reactive, had a bad experience in a boarding house. Yeah, it was a lot. But I also have cats, and the cats don't like the dogs because the dogs are a bit too much. They're a bit in their face. They don't like it. Understandable. So I'm going to change the office or / spare room into their room, and what I want to do is make cat climbing wall shelves. I did try, but I didn't realize that when the cats would actually jump onto the shelves, that it wasn't secure enough against the wall. So every time they were jumping, doing that movement, it was slowly pulling the screws out of the wall, and, well, the shelves collapsed. They came out. It's brick walls, which I'm not used to. So I think I need to reinforce some of the holes. Hopefully I can get this done and safely. Number 27. Finish a traditional drawing. '28 is finish a digital drawing. 29 is finish a creative project. So you can see by those that, kind of like with the do a 30-day drawing challenge, I really want to make drawing, or just art making in general, to be a routine like it used to be. So I've got a lot of unfinished projects, so many unfinished projects. So this is my way of, if I'm going to start something, I really want to finish it. It might not, it might take me some time to finish it, but I want to make sure that I hold myself accountable if I'm doing something, that I complete it. Number 30. Cable management for consoles and PCs. Not great with cable management. So here's me trying to clean it up and make it look nice. Lessen the chaos. 31. Hang up art. I've got quite a bit of art just in, they're in frames, really pretty frames. Haven't put them up because the walls are daunting. They're brick. Brick is complicating for me. So I'm gonna learn how to actually hang things up on brick walls, and hopefully all this beautiful art that has just been lying up against walls on the floor. They're going to be hung up on the walls, and it's going to be beautiful. Number 32. Paint living room walls. Since we've lived here, we managed to paint one room. Oh, it was unintentional because I accidentally ripped wallpaper, and I tried to hang up wallpaper. Awful stuff. That's another thing with brick walls. Along with brick walls, I can't do wallpaper. No. So just kind of like revamp. Living in this house for 8 years now, we finally decided that we should paint the living room. So I put that on this list. Number 33. Learn how to cross stitch. This is one of those, I bought a kit, never used it, ever, because it became daunting to try and learn. So I'm finally going to, hopefully, learn and complete a cross stitch. Number 34. Attend a craft and cocktails session. I don't know if there are any local. I feel like I've seen them, but I'm also thinking, I can host one, or maybe a friend can host one. It'd be so much fun. It doesn't even have to be cocktails. It could be mocktails or whatever. Number 35. So this is a very specific one. Make at least 5 ASMR videos. I won't get into too much about what happened this year, but I just really didn't have the mental capacity or time to be consistent with making ASMR content, which was really sad because it was one of my creative outlets that I enjoyed doing. Yeah, so I'm really hoping to be able to achieve 5 new videos within a whole year. Hopefully more, but that's the minimum I'm setting for myself so that I don't get overwhelmed. And hopefully if I get that, live 2D avatar thing working, that's gonna help massively as well. Anyways, 36. Get to... Oh, I don't think I've got that simple. No. Oh, I do. So get to 3,000 pounds in savings. That's going to be a difficult one for me, but I'm gonna really try. Really try not dipping into the savings. I had a good amount of savings, but I put all of it into a crash course, driving course, and then getting insurance and a car right after. That's where all my money went, so I really want to build back up to some good amount in savings. Number 37. Go to a fox petting experience. This is something I was really hoping to do for my birthday, but I just couldn't afford it because it's quite far away from where I live. So it would require the actual petting experience, which was like 200 pounds, I think. And then I'd have to drive there, possibly stay overnight. Probably best to stay overnight. So it was, not something achievable this year, but hopefully 2025. Or not achievable in 2024, but hopefully achievable in 2025. Number 38. Get a new tattoo. I actually got... I had 4 sessions this year. I got my left hand fingers tattooed, and then my right hand fingers tattooed, and then I got a two small face tattoos. They're just little, like, mandala kind of looking designs right next to my ears. I'll show a picture here, but I think I want a bigger tattoo for 2025. 39. I want to do volunteer work. I did try to arrange something for 2024, but I couldn't take any time off of work to do it. And even though work do have like a volunteer scheme kind of thing where you get like 5 days paid to do volunteer work, but yeah, it was just a mess at work, so I couldn't. But what I did do, I hosted a charity event at work. Quite successful, lots of fun, got good feedback. I did a Mario Kart racing tourney. It was a lot of fun, quite stressful, like being in charge of something like that, but I think I did well, so yeah, might do it again, might not, but I'm having volunteer work, and then for number 40, donate to charity. And hopefully those can tie into some new plans that I want to do within those realms for 2025. For 41, I've got train dogs to new commands. The dogs that I have, one's a Welsh sheepdog and the other one's a Welsh sheepdog border collie cross. Very, very smart dogs, but I haven't had the time to actively teach them more commands. So I really want to make an effort to teach them some new things. Like more advanced, I guess. For number 42, I put ultimate staycation. Now I've had nothing but staycations in 2024, but they were quite mediocre. If I'm honest, slightly depressing. But I know that the reason why I couldn't afford to do much when I was off was because all my money was going into ensuring that I passed my driving and could drive practically right away. So it was for the greater good. But if I do have another staycation, I want it to be on another level. I want fine dining delivered to the house. I want, fresh PJs and bedding, face masks, like a pamper day, but more, just over the top. For number 43, go charity shop hopping. That used to be one of my favorite pastimes back in California. Like, I used to go to LA or San Francisco and do charity shop hopping there because, wow, different places have different charity shop types, I guess. You don't know what you're gonna find. You find very interesting things. So the charity shops in the UK aren't the best, but I'm hoping I can find some good ones if I'm charity shop hopping. For number 44, I have go back to aerial hoop and attend at least 5 classes. So in October, I made a new friend, and I mentioned to her, I can't even remember when, but I mentioned to her that I really wanted to do some type of aerial class, and she was doing an aerial class. She was doing aerial hoop, and she invited me to go, which was very kind because I was so nervous to attend a class like that on my own. I actually wanted to do an aerial silks class, but after talking to the instructor, I'm glad that I didn't, and that I did the aerial hoop. Enjoyed it. It's a very intense, or it was intense for me. Even though I'm not that far off the ground, I was quite scared of, having a fear of heights. It was a bit silly because there was, padding underneath the hoops, but still, that held me back a little bit. You needed a lot of strength, upper body strength. Definitely not my strong suit, but it motivated me to go back to the gym actually. So again, I couldn't keep up with the cost of classes, so I stopped going mid-November of 2024. So I'm hoping in the new year I can get back into it and do some more, because it was actually a lot of fun. And for the last thing on the list, it's going to be make homemade pet treats. Now that is a lot of random things, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to actually split this how I envisioned, into the 20 big goals and 25 small goals. So what I'm going to do next is try and figure out how to make this look nicer instead of just a page with, number bullets. I do have a couple of templates saved, so I'm gonna have a look at them really quick just to see which one I can use for this, for really tracking these like routines and goals. And yeah, once I settle on that, you'll see very soon which one, and I'll give you like a little tour of it. So 1 second. Okay, so this took me a little bit longer than expected. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking when you have options to customize and create pretty much any type of aesthetic of your choosing when it comes to your Notion. It has a very similar feel to Tumblr, sort of. You'll see what I mean when I give you a mini tour of my Notion. So, I mean, on brand, I've got a very like Galaxy Fox kind of vibe going. I named my Notion dashboard Mystical Fox Things, and I put a quote: people who wonder if the glasses half empty or half full are missing the point. The glass is refillable. So, this is what it currently looks like, but I don't think I'm gonna keep it this way. I did initially like the cover art, but I think it's just, I don't know. I don't like the pattern it's creating with all of these. Anyways, so I got my goals swapped out, so I did end up being able to put 20 of them in the major goal sections and 25 in the minor goal sections, or the big and the small. So this is what it looks like with them all in there. I just made it really simple with tick boxes, so if I do manage to do something, I can literally just come to my dashboard and tick the box. There's the rest of them. Really like how this looks. I wish I would have learned how to add a progress bar for this. Like once something's ticked, it tells me, out of all 45 how much I've completed, but I'm still learning how to customize this. I've got so many templates that I've been picking and choosing things from. This template, I will put a link below where I got the template from. It was a free template, and then what I just did was try and customize it to my liking, changing the cover. I added this little cute animated fox. I did add a clock widget, which was already here, but I didn't like the colors, so I made my own. Really unfortunate that I couldn't get YouTube Music to do a playlist on here. Spotify does have that option, but I don't have Spotify. unfortunately. Yeah, I'll give you a quick look too, like besides the goals. I've got these are the from the template, but I'm definitely going to be using like the habit tracker, budget planner, library, possibly the healthy eating, fitness tracking. I mean, if I do manage to lock in how to do this properly, maybe I'll do another one of these and showcase all the different aspects of my dashboard. I don't know. I mean, hopefully this rambly update goal setting video was relaxing enough for you. Like I had mentioned, I am hoping to actually make time again to do ASMR videos. They're so much fun to make, so I do hope I can get back into it in a consistent fashion. If you're interested in that, follow if you haven't already. I do appreciate you getting to this point. And as always, I hope that you have a good morning, a good evening, or a good night. Until next time, bye.
You want some apples?
Good boy.